Okay, let's jump right in. We're about to explore one of the most profound moments in the entire Torah, the naming of Noah. Now, this isn't just about picking a name for a baby. No. We're talking about a prophecy, a cosmic function, and really, the very architecture of reality itself, all tucked away in just a few ancient words from the Zohar. So the Zohar kicks things off with this incredibly powerful verse. And right away, you have to notice something amazing. The Hebrew word for names, which is shmotz, is spelled exactly the same as the word for desolations. Now, that is not a coincidence. It's a massive clue. It's telling us that names aren't just these passive, sticky labels we use. They're active, divine works. They are forces that can either build reality up or, well, bring about desolations. And they are placed right inside the very fabric of the earth itself. All right, so here's our roadmap for today. We're going to unfold this incredible mystery in 6 parts. We'll start with a story you probably think you know, and then go deeper and deeper until we're looking at the cosmic engine that makes it all run. So let's start at the very beginning with the moment this prophecy was born. I want you to really picture this. Imagine a world literally on the brink of collapse, just groaning under the weight of its own corruption. And standing there is a man named Lamech, a man who's kind of straddling 2 different ages. He looks down at his newborn son, and for a moment, it's like the veil of time itself just thins out for him. He's not just seeing a baby, he's seeing a cosmic repair manual being written in real time right in front of his eyes. He speaks the name Noach. That's Nun and Chet, Noach. And with that name, he speaks the prophecy, Ze Yenachamenu. This one will comfort us. And that phrase, it doesn't just hang there in the air. It echoes across all of creation. It's a promise spoken from a cursed earth, a promise that defines a future of rest and relief for everyone. So that brings us to the big question, right? How in the world can a simple name hold an entire future reality inside of it? And the answer to that question gets us to a foundational Kabbalistic principle that might just change how you see, well, everything. In the world of the Torah, a name is never, ever just a label. It is so much more powerful than that. So let's really dig into this idea of a name as a functional blueprint for reality. This is where we get into the real nuts and bolts, the mechanics of how creation actually works. Okay, so on the one hand, we've got our normal, everyday understanding of a name. It's a label. We see a chair, we call it a chair. It's descriptive, right? We apply it after the thing already exists. But the Zohar pulls back the curtain and reveals that a name is actually a blueprint. It's an active causal instruction set. It's prescriptive. It doesn't just describe what something is, it dictates what that thing does. It's like a preloaded function, just waiting to run. The sages have this incredible term for this concept, shmagarim. It's Aramaic, and it literally means a name causes. It causes reality. It's the engine, not the paint job on the car. So Noah's name doesn't just mean rest or comfort. It is the very engine of rest. It's the spiritual technology for comfort installed into the operating system of the world the moment he was born. Now, let's bring this ancient idea into a language we all get today, technology. Think about it like programming. Lamech wasn't just coming up with a cute name for his baby, he was acting as a divine programmer, and he was defining a new function in the code of reality called bring comfort. The name Noah basically became an executable file, like Noah.exe, that, when run, would fundamentally change the whole system. You could even think of it as an API for reality, an endpoint that allows a totally new process, divine comfort, to start running in a world whose operating system had become corrupted. Okay, so now that we get that, we can zoom in and decode the specific words Lamech used in his prophecy. We can see exactly how this divine function was written into the source code of the universe. So the Zohar doesn't just read the sentence literally. It sees it as a divine schematic. It zooms in on that first word, ze, which means this one. But it also hears a kind of mystical echo, a deep connection to the word lamor, which means to say. And together, these two concepts, ze and lamor, they unlock the formula for how comfort is actually delivered into a broken world. First up, ze. In Kabbalah, this word points to the active masculine principle. Think of it as the channel, the conduit, the pipeline through which the comfort is going to flow. And in this story, that conduit is Noah himself. He's the tzaddik, the righteous one, who acts as the physical anchor for this incredible spiritual process. And then you have the implied partner to that, lamor, to say. The Zohar links this to the feminine principle, This is the vessel, this is the receiver, this is the cursed earth, the ha'adamah, the world that is in a state of reception, that desperately needs to receive that flow of comfort. You see how that works? You have to have both. You need the channel and the vessel, the giver and the receiver. Without both, the system just doesn't work. And this interaction, this whole setup, it brilliantly illustrates the dynamic interplay between the Sefirot, those 10 divine emanations that structure all of reality. So what we're looking at isn't just a story about a guy in some dirt, it's a living diagram of a cosmic process. So how does this divine circuit actually fire up? Well, the comfort itself, the nachama, it doesn't just come from nowhere. It begins at a very high level, originating as pure potential in the Sefirah of Binah, or understanding. This is like the great cosmic mother, the source of all structured thought. From there, this divine energy flows downward, and it gets balanced and harmonized through Tiferet, which is beauty and harmony. Think of Tiferet as the central processing unit of the whole system, making sure the flow is merciful and not too overwhelming. Then it's channeled through the righteous person, that's Noah, who embodies Yesod, the foundation. Yesod is the funnel that connects the spiritual worlds to our physical one. And finally, where does all this comfort land? It's received in Malkut, the kingdom, which is our physical earth, the very place crying out for healing. You see, this is a complete top-down schematic for divine intervention. So when you put it all together, what we're actually witnessing here is not just a birth announcement. It is a full-on, system-level restore. It's a cosmic hotfix being deployed for a corrupted and failing world. Lamech's prophecy is nothing less than an act of cosmic engineering. He's defining a brand new pathway to transform the very state of reality. Just look at this. It takes the cursed earth, which is operating under the principle of red, the color of din or harsh judgment and toil, and through the function of Noah's name, Z in Nachamenu, it transforms it into a reality of white, the color of chesed, flowing mercy, divine abundance or shefa, and true, genuine rest, menucha. It's a total state change. Here are two really great ways to think about all this. For the kid in all of us, it's like a video game, right? Noah is a character, and his name is a legendary power-up. When you speak his name, it unlocks a world heal ability that fixes the entire broken level. Simple. But for the cosmic engineer in us, it's way more precise. Prophetic naming is a system-level function definition. It's predictive architecture that executes a restorative process. You're essentially deploying a patch to debug the entire operating system of reality and bring it back online. So why does any of this ancient, mystical secret matter to you, right here, right now? Well, because the Zohar teaches that this core principle, Shma Garim, a name causes, it doesn't just apply to Noah, it applies to every single one of us. You know that moment your parents named you? That's seen as a moment of minor prophecy. The name they chose wasn't just some random thing they liked, it's a divine whisper. It's a clue to your unique purpose. Now, this isn't about destiny being locked in. It's more like your name is the set of tools you were given for your life's mission. Your free will is how and if you decide to pick up those tools and build the reality you were meant to bring into this world. And that really leaves us with a final and pretty provocative thought. If Noah's name was a blueprint for world-level comfort, if it was an executable file for cosmic rest, what's the blueprint encoded in your name? What unique function were you programmed to run? What reality are you here to build? Thank you for joining us for this complete journey through the Pardes. We hope these ancient truths help you and your family improve your own dimensions this week. If you enjoyed this full chapter deep dive, please like, subscribe, and share which part of the journey touched your soul in the comments. We'll see you in the next chapter.